Hello and welcome to my video where I'm going to show you how I made various Christmas ornaments using hot glue. To begin, you're going to need some plastic baubles, a hot glue gun and a non-stick mat. You'll also need some other easy to find items like paint, a paintbrush and some glitter. All I did was heat up the glue gun and then I applied various patterns such as dots, stripes and spirals directly to the baubles. Obviously, be careful that you don't get the glue on your fingers when you do this. Also, you'll need to set up some kind of system where you can put the baubles upright or hang them up after you've applied the glue. As you can see, this does not have to be fancy. I just put the baubles on some paintbrushes that were hanging off the side of a cardboard box. When I was applying glue dots, I found that they dripped too much down the side of the bauble and I couldn't make perfect circles. So then I decided to make the glue dots separately on a non-stick mat, like so. And then once they were cool, I glued them directly onto the bauble. You could of course do the same with other shapes, but dots are the easiest. Once the hot glue had been applied and had cooled down, I then spray painted all of the baubles with a matte black spray paint. To do this, I first covered the caps with masking tape, then I made some holes in the top of a cardboard box, and I pushed the caps into these holes. This made sure that the baubles stayed still when I sprayed them. I applied a couple of coats of the black paint, following the instructions on the bottle. Once dry, the baubles should look something like this. I then used a brush to apply PVA glue to different areas of the baubles, such as the glue dots. I then sprinkled glitter onto these areas. Unlike me, you should do this over a folded piece of paper, because then you'll be able to get the glitter back in the pots very easily. And once you've finished applying the glitter, leave the glue to dry. As you can see, on some baubles, I used a cocktail stick instead to apply the glue to finer areas. I also tried using a soft brush to apply some Pearl-X pigment powder to the baubles to add a nice shimmer. An interesting note though is that later when I added a coating of clear protective spray to stop the colour coming off, it changed the look of the shimmer. It made it very flat. So that's just something to bear in mind. And here you can see some of the finished ornaments. Another quick project I did was I made some star shapes on the non-stick mat. And whilst they were still hot, I sprinkled glitter over the top. I did this using clear and black glue and gold and silver glitter. Once the shapes had cooled down, I just joined them together with invisible thread to make a garland. And it's as easy as that. I then took some more plastic baubles and added a dripping effect around the top. You literally just drip the hot glue as you spin the bauble, like so. I did this to an unpainted bauble first, and then I did it to 2 baubles I'd already spray painted black. I then hung them up and left them to cool, making sure nothing was touching the glue. Whilst those cooled down, I made some Christmas tree shapes on a non-stick mat. I then cut around these shapes to make them more clear and to make the edges more crisp. You can then carefully use a lighter or a tea light just to slightly melt the edges. This just slightly rounds them and makes them look neater. I then used a Zig memory system 2-way glue pen to add glue onto these Christmas tree shapes. You don't need to use this pen specifically, but you do need to use a type of glue that's used for foiling. That's because this kind of glue dries tacky, and that's what you want. Once the glue goes clear, apply a sheet of faux gold leaf to the top. Then carefully smooth it with your fingers. Use a soft paintbrush to remove the excess. You then repeat the same for the rest of the trees. In order to add a hole, you just need to put the tree on a cutting mat and push an awl through the top. Then feed a length of twine through this hole and tie it to make a loop. And the ornament is complete. You then do exactly the same process for the drip effect baubles. So first apply the glue to all of the drips. And then leave the glue to go clear. Apply the gold leaf and smooth it with your fingers. Then remove the excess with a soft brush. And that's it, your ornaments are now complete. I really hope you enjoyed this video and thank you very much for watching.